in a child's pose today. So go ahead and bring the big toes together, knees wide, sink your hips on your heels, reach your fingertips forward, and relax your forehead on the mat. So maybe just settle into a gentle variation of child's pose to start out with. It doesn't have to start by being anything super deep. Hello Samira, happy to see you. So as you settle into your child's pose, close your eyes. And with the eyes closed, bring your awareness to your breath. Just notice how your breath feels naturally today. Noticing the quality of your inhale and observing the quality of your exhale. Notice if your breath is fast or slow, shallow or deep, smooth, choppy. Just noticing your natural breathing pattern today. And after checking in with the breath, I invite you to take a moment, check in with your body, mentally scan from your head to your toes. Notice how you're feeling physically in this time, in this space, as you scan from your head to your toes. And after completing that body scan, I invite you to take a moment, turn inward. Silently acknowledge and accept how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Let go of any notion of how you think you should feel or how you would like to feel ideally. Give yourself permission to accept and honor how you do feel in the mind and in the heart. And after checking in with the breath, the body, the mind, the heart, gently plant your palms together up overhead. Just take a moment and honor yourself for showing up to this practice today to refine the body, mind, and spirit for your own sake and for all the lives that you influence. And when you're ready, I invite you to join me for 3 deep cleansing breaths. So take a deep inhale, fill up the belly first, followed by the ribs, then the chest. Pause, hold your breath at the top. Then open the mouth, slowly exhale. Think of releasing physical stress as you exhale. Next time, take a deeper breath in. Expand more through the belly, more through the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. Then open the mouth, slowly exhale. Think of releasing any emotional stress. Next time, take an even deeper breath in. Expand through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. Open the mouth, slowly exhale. Think of releasing any mental stress, releasing any distracting thoughts. Now we'll transition to Ujjayi breath. So seal the lips and gently constrict the throat. Take a deep inhale through the nose. A longer breath out through the nose. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. A longer, slower breath out through the nose. Continue to practice breathing in and out through the nose only, making sure your exhale is a little longer than your inhale. And as you continue to concentrate on deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales, if you'd like to set a personal intention for your yoga practice, now's an opportunity to just think about how you want to show up in the world for the rest of the day, the rest of the week. Think of a feeling state you might want to cultivate. Here's a quote for inspiration by Uli K. I live for the small moments, those increments of time where life reminds me how good it is to be alive. To watch the sun spill onto the sidewalk as though she is telling me to keep moving forward. To count my blessings, not by the number of people who have loved me, but rather by how great a love one single soul can give. I am rich in knowing that growth is painful, that pain is essential, that time is of the essence, and that somehow beauty is found right there in the midst of it all. So if any of these words resonate with you, maybe set an affirmation such as, I am grateful, I'm appreciative, I am open, I am peaceful, I am content. Any quality that you would like to call in for the next 3 breaths, silently recite a personal mantra that's meaningful to you today. 3 times for 3 breaths. And after the 3rd breath, the 3rd mantra, gently press yourself up to tabletop. So now we'll start connecting breath to movement, warming up with cat-cow. So inhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back and down, and lift the head to cow pose. Exhale, untuck the toes, round the spine, press the mat away, and draw your chin to your chest, cat pose. Practice several more like this. Inhale to cow, arching the spine, gazing up. And exhale to cat, rounding the spine, pressing the mat down with the fingertips. Continue to practice breathing in and out through the nose, making sure your exhale is a little longer than your inhale, making sure your cat is a little longer than your cow. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. Maybe close your eyes. Anytime you close your eyes, that will help you focus inward. It will help you calm your nervous system. I encourage you to close your eyes as often as you can throughout this practice. Remember to focus more on listening to my verbal guidance. Don't look to see what I'm doing unless something I'm saying is unclear. That will help make sure your head is in proper alignment, and that will also help you focus inward on your inward experience. Remember, yoga can be as much of an inward exploration as an outward exploration. Practice a few more cat-cows with the eyes closed. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, tuck the toes, and exhale, lift the hips and lower the heels, downward dog. Pressing the fingertips down and forward, like you're trying to press the front edge of the mat away from you. Rotate the inner arches of the elbows forward. Press the shoulders away from the ears, knit in the ribs, gaze at the belly. Pressing the heels down and out towards the earth. If it feels good, pedal out the feet a few times, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe sway the hips, rock your head, or explore any subtle movements that feel good to you in this downward dog shape, and enjoy your breath. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in, lift the heels, round the spine, and rotate to plank. vertebrae by vertebrae. Hips line with shoulders, shoulders over wrists. Lengthening through the heels, lengthening through the crown of the head. Activating through the core. Remember, you always have the option of assisted plank, lowering the knees. Either way, take a deep breath in and exhale. Hug the navel to the spine. Lift the hips and lower the heels. And we'll practice a few more. Inhale, round the spine to plank. And exhale, lift the hips, lower the heels. Downward dog. Again, inhale, rotate to plank. And exhale, lift the hips, lower the heels, downward dog. Inhale, rotate to plank. And exhale, downward dog. Now take a deep breath in, look between your thumbs. And exhale, tiptoe your feet towards your hands until you arrive at a forward fold. Keeping a soft micro bend in the knees. Feet should be 2 fists apart. Make sure your feet are straight, making an 11. Inhale, halfway lift. Press the fingers to the shins. Lengthen the spine. Flatten the back. And exhale as you bow. 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow. Again, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow. Now grab the inner arches of your elbows and just hang heavy like a rag doll. Maybe sway a little side to side, releasing tension in the forehead, releasing tension in the neck, and releasing tension in the shoulders. Take a few more breaths here. Notice any thoughts in your mind. If your mind is trying to cling to any worries of the past or future, see if you can let those thoughts go for now. Allow your breath to ground you to the present moment. And allow your breath to anchor you to your personal intention. Take another big inhale. And exhale, slowly curl up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly stacking your heart over your hips and your head over your heart. Making your way to mountain pose. So make sure the feet are about 2 fists apart. And make sure your feet are straight, making an 11. Toes spread wide. Practice rooting down through the heels, lifting the kneecaps. Practice slightly tucking in the tailbone, creating length in the spine. And practice hugging the navel in on each exhale to activate your core. Roll your shoulders back and down. Reach down through the fingertips. Feel the chest open and the upper body fully engage. Draw the chin inward. Lift through the crown of the head. So take a moment, feel this alignment. Breathe. Inhale, swoop the hands out and overhead. And exhale, grab the left wrist, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, grab the right wrist, side stretch to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, baby back bend. So cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, opening the chest, pressing the hips forward. Then inhale as you interlace your fingers behind you, close your fists, and exhale as you bow. So crown of the head to the earth, fist to the sky. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, release your hands down the legs in front of your feet. So now we're going to twist. So inhale, bend the right knee, left arm reaches high. So you're opening the left hip, opening the left shoulder, looking at the left hand, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your left knee, right arm reaches high, opening the right hip, the right shoulder, look at your right hand, and exhale, fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to do that same little sequence 2 more times, connecting breath to movement. Inhale, swoop the hands out and overhead. Exhale, grab the left wrist, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, grab the right wrist, side stretch to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind you. And exhale, bow. Now take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands down the legs. Inhale, bend your right knee, left arm reaches high. Twist to the left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the left knee, right arm reaches high. Twist to the right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, swoop the hands out and overhead. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open the chest, baby back bend. Inhale, interlace the fingers behind you. And exhale, bow. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands in front of your feet. Inhale, bend the right knee, left arm reaches high. Twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the left knee, right arm reaches high. Twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Now inhale, swoop the hands out and overhead. And exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Hands reach high. So now we're in chair pose. So make sure the knees are directly over the ankles, the tailbone slightly tucked, navel in, shoulders back and down, but really reach to the fingertips. See how low you can sink your hips and how high you can reach your hands. Inhale, sink the hips lower, reach the hands higher. And exhale, straighten the legs. Swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms. Step or float to plank. Lower the knees. Draw the elbows into the ribs. Lower the chest and chin. Hips stay raised at first. 3 push-ups. Inhale, push the torso up. Exhale, elbows to ribs. Lower chest and chin. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower chest and chin. 1 more. Inhale, push up. And exhale, lower chest and chin. This time, inhale, untuck your toes. Sink your hips. Pull your chest forward and up to baby cobra. Then exhale, plant your palms, tuck your toes. Option to press up to tabletop or plank. Then lift your hips and lower your heels, downward dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, bend your knees. Step or lightly float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. So that's one option of Sun Series B. We'll practice a few more options of Sun B. Inhale to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or float back to plank. Lower the knees or keep the knees lifted. Practice 3 push-ups. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, open the chest. So remember, you can always practice cobra, or if you want a deeper back bend, try up dog. So straightening the arms, shoulders back and down, gripping the mat with the fingers and knuckles more than the wrists. Tops of the feet press into the mat, lift through the crown of the head, maybe float the knees. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, use your core, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, bend your knees, step or lightly float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms. You can step or float back to plank, or maybe this time, try floating straight back to chaturanga. Elbows over wrists, shoulders lined with elbows. Maybe do some extra push-ups. On your next inhale, open to cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Lift the hips, downward dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, bend your knees, step or lightly float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. So I invite you to join me for 3 more rounds of that basic Sun Series B, but you get to choose which variation. So the intensity is up to you. You can lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. You can practice cobra or up dog. You can just step to the front of the mat or float to the front. Whatever variation of Sun Series B you choose, most importantly, try to connect 1 breath per movement. We'll do 3 more rounds and then we'll add on. Inhale, back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step or float back to plank. Go through your own variation of vinyasa. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between the thumbs, step or float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go through your own variation of vinyasa. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, travel to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, travel to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. With the eyes closed, just take a moment. Notice how you're feeling outward in the body. Notice what's happening inward in your mind. If your mind has wandered elsewhere, gently bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the intention, the affirmation that you set for yourself. When you're ready, we'll practice another variation of Sun Series B, adding on some other poses. So inhale, back to chair pose. This time as you exhale, see if you can lift up the heels, balancing on the balls of the feet. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, swoop the arms by the hips, up and back. 2 more. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, swoop the arms back and up. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, swoop the arms back and up. 1 more. Inhale, hands reach high. Then exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sink the hips lower, reach the hands higher. And exhale, straighten the legs, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step or float back to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float the right leg high to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right heel to your hip. So stretching the quad, stretching the hip. Now if it feels good, circle the right knee a few times, just releasing tension in the hip. Then when you're ready, square your hips. Inhale, straighten the right leg high to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Now exhale, draw your right knee towards your right elbow. Tap the right knee on the right elbow. Now we're going to keep the right knee on the right elbow. Take a deep breath in, then exhale, gently lower your right foot down. Keep the right elbow glued to the right knee. Inhale, bring your palms together, and exhale, float the left leg up and back. Straightening the right leg a little, you can keep a bend in the knee. Now we're going to inhale, tap the left toes down, then exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, tap the left toes down. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, tap the left toes down. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, tap the left toes down. And exhale, reach the left arm up overhead as you spin on your left heel. So now we're in a variation of extended side angle. So the right elbow should still be glued to the right knee. Reaching the left arm up overhead. Pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. Eyes on the ceiling. Think of opening your chest, opening the heart, reaching for new possibilities. Now, inhale, lift up the right heel. Exhale, lower the right heel. Inhale, lift the right heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rotate so the left palm meets the right. Spin on your left heel. And then exhale, plant your palms down. Keep the right elbow on the right knee. Then inhale, draw the right heel to the hip. See if you can keep tapping the right elbow on the right knee. It's not easy. Heel to hip. So you can play with some tapping like I'm doing, or if you can keep the heel glued to the hip, try to hold it there. So you have to really use your core. Keeping the right elbow to the right knee, trying to draw the heel to the hip. Focusing your eyes on something still, using the core. Couple more breaths here. And on your next exhale, plant your right palm, release the elbow to the knee. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, right heel to hip. Stretch the quad, stretch the hip. Then circle the right knee. Should feel good. And on your next exhale, plant the right foot by the left. Inhale, rotate to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between the thumbs, step or float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Close the eyes, take a moment, take inventory. Notice how your breath feels, how your body feels. Notice the thoughts in your mind. Let go of any distracting thoughts that may not be serving you well. Bring your awareness back to your intention, back to your mantra. Now when you're ready, we're going to explore that same sequence on the opposite side. Inhale, back to chair pose. And then exhale, swoop the hands back behind you. Inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, lift up the heels. See if you can balance on the balls of the feet. Focus your eyes forward on something still. Inhale, swoop the hands back. And exhale, reach the hands up. Inhale, swoop the hands back. Exhale, reach the hands up. One more. Inhale, swoop the hands back. Exhale, reach the hands up. Keep the hands up. Inhale, lower the heels. Exhale, lift the heels. Focus the eyes. Inhale, lower the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower the heels. Sink the hips high, reach the hands. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Now bend your knees, plant your palms, step or float to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float the left leg high to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your left heel to your hip and open the hip, open the quad. If it feels good, circle the left knee. Just releasing tension in the hip. Now when you're ready, square your hips. Inhale, straighten the left leg high, three-legged dog. Then exhale, draw your left knee to your left elbow. So you're going to keep the left knee glued to the left elbow. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Then bring your palms together. Left elbow stays glued to the left knee. Focus the eyes down. Deep breath in. Exhale, float the right leg up. Maybe straighten the left leg a little bit. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, float the right leg up. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, float it up. Now inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, reach your right arm up overhead. Spin on your right heel. Variation of side angle. So you're pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Eyes on the ceiling. Think of opening your heart. Reaching for new possibilities. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring your palms back together. Now just plant your right palm underneath the right shoulder. Keep the left elbow glued to the thigh. Focus the eyes down. Left elbow glued to the left knee. We're going to play with lifting up the left foot now using the core. So see if you can draw the left heel to the hip. Maybe balance there. Maybe just do a little taps like I'm doing. Heel to a hip. Takes a lot of work. Should feel like a lot of work. Left elbow stays glued to the left knee. Using the core. Couple more breaths here. Whoop. And then when you're ready, plant both palms. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, draw your left heel to your hip. Open the quad, open the hip. And then circle the left knee. Releasing tension in the hip. Exhale, plant your left foot by your right, downward dog. Inhale, rotate to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, step or float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. And I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. Just take a moment here. Notice how you're feeling in the body. And observe how you're feeling in the mind. Let go of any thoughts that may not be serving you well. For instance, thoughts of judgment, inner criticism, expectation. Bring your awareness back to your intention, back to your mantra. When you're ready, inhale back to chair pose and exhale forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go through a vinyasa. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose, then gently step your right foot between your hands. Ground through your left heel. Then inhale, swoop the hands all the way up to warrior two. Right foot in line with the long edge of the mat. Left foot in line with the short edge of the mat. Right knee over ankle. Tailbone tucked, navel in, shoulders back and down. So we're going to play with floating between half moon and warrior two. So inhale, reach your right arm forward, tap your right fingertips in front of your right foot, then exhale, straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg. So you're stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. Now you can focus your eyes down on your right fingertips, or if you can, look at the left fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee. See how slow and gentle you can make your way back to warrior two. So now we're going to flow between those shapes. Remember, find those drishtis, those still points to focus on with your eyes. That's what helps your balance the most. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Now inhale, straighten your right leg, bring your palms together. Exhale, rotate your right toes in, your left toes out, bend the left knee. So now we're just in warrior two on the other side. So the left knee is over the left ankle, right foot in line with the short edge of the mat, left foot in line with the long edge of the mat, shoulders over hips. On warrior two, your eyes, your drishti, are the left fingertips. So now we're going to play with floating to half moon and back to warrior two on this side. We'll start slow, and we'll pick up the pace. So inhale, reach your left arm forward. Lower the left fingertips in front of the left foot. Then exhale, shift your weight to your left foot. Float the right leg up. Stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. Now maybe focus the eyes on your left fingertips, or for more of a challenge, focus your eyes on your right fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee, gently plant your right foot back to warrior two. So now we're going to flow between those shapes. Remember to find your drishti. So your drishtis are your left fingertips. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Hold your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Bring your palms together. Then exhale, rotate both toes out, both heels in. Tailbone tucked. Now take a deep breath in. And exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Cactus the arms. So now we're in goddess pose. So the knees should be pressing back towards your pinky toes. Slight tuck of the tailbone, navel in. Cactus the arms. Now take a deep breath in. Open the chest even more. Then exhale, bring your palms together. Inhale, open the chest more. Exhale, bring your palms together. Inhale, open the chest more. Exhale, bring your palms together. This time, inhale, open the chest as much as you can. And then exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head. So pressing the head into the hands into the head. We're going to do torso circles. So inhale, just circle the torso down. And then exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, circle the torso down and around. Exhale, circle it up. One more. Inhale, circle the torso down and around. Exhale, circle it up. Now we're going to go the other way. Inhale, circle the torso counterclockwise. Exhale, circle it up. Inhale, circle the torso counterclockwise. Exhale, circle it up. Again, inhale, circle the torso. Exhale, circle it up. Now inhale, sink the hips low. Exhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Heel your feet in. So toes in, heels out now. Take a big breath in. And exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Close your fists. Deep inhale. And exhale, bow forward. Drawing your forehead to the mat, or the crown of the head to the mat. Interlacing your fingers, drawing the fist towards the ceiling. Opening the hips, stretching the hamstrings, and opening the front of the chest. Pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands down the legs. Maybe grab your ankles. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, take the fingertips directly underneath your eyes. And then exhale, reach your left arm high. So try to keep your hips level. Just twist through the thoracic spine. Focusing on the eyes on the left fingertips. Inhale, twist open even more. And exhale, release. So now other side. Inhale, press your left fingertips underneath the eyes. Exhale, right arm reaches high. Keep the hips level. Inhale, twist open even more. And exhale, fold. Now micro bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips. And with a flat back, inhale, rise all the way back up. Rotate the heels in, toes out. Inhale, swoop your hands out and overhead. And then exhale, go back to interlacing your fingers behind your head. Pressing the head into the hands into the head. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. So now take a deep inhale. Exhale, tap your right elbow to your right thigh. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh. 2 more. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow to right thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh. Now inhale, center. Exhale, lift up the right heel. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower the right heel, sink the hips. Exhale, lift the left heel. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left heel. Inhale, sink the hips low, and then exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, cross your right arm over your left and give yourself a hug. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, rotate the toes in, heels out. Deep breath in. Exhale, maybe transition to eagle arms, pressing the backs of the hands together. Then take a big inhale and exhale, bow forward. So maybe take your right hand on the outer left calf, left hand on the outer right calf. So now you're opening the upper back. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, back to eagle arms, and exhale slowly with a flat back, come up. Other side. Inhale, open the arms wide. And exhale, left arm wraps over right. Give yourself a hug. Deep breath in. Exhale, maybe transition to eagle arms. Deep inhale. And exhale, bow forward. And grab your shins if you really want to open the upper back. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, back to eagle arms. And exhale with a flat back. Come all the way up. Inhale, rotate the heels in, the toes out. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, open the arms wide. And exhale, we're just going to pulse the hands back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, rotate the right toes in, bend the left knee. So now we're in warrior 2 on the left side. Deep breath in. And exhale, plant your palms to frame your left foot. Inhale, left leg back, 3-legged dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels, round the spine, and rotate to plank. Then exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, look between the thumbs, step or float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. And I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. Just take a moment. Notice how you're feeling outward in the body. And observe how you're feeling inward in the mind. If your mind has wandered to any distracting thoughts, bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the personal intention, the mantra you set for yourself. Then when you're ready, toe, heel the feet about mat width apart, heels in, toes out. Inhale, swoop the hands out and up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bend the knees, sink the hips to Malasana. Grab a prop under the hips if you need one. Heels should stay grounded. Pressing the elbows into the thighs into the elbows, shoulders back and down. Lift through the crown of the head. Close the eyes. And for the next 3 breaths, I invite you to silently recite your personal mantra, your affirmation, 3 times for 3 breaths. And when you're ready, inhale, reach your left arm up overhead. Exhale, plant your left palm underneath the left shoulder. Right arm reaches high. So we're going to transition to a back bend. We're going to transition to a 3-legged reverse tabletop. So gripping the mat with the fingers and knuckles, really pressing the feet firmly into the mat. Just inhale as you lift the hips, and then exhale as you lower. A few more. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Make your way back to Malasana. Deep breath in. Long breath out. So now we're going to play with those back bends on the other side. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, bring your right hand behind the hips underneath your right shoulder. Now make sure your fingers are spread wide, gripping the mat with the fingers and knuckles. Left arm reaches high. We're going to lift and lower the hips. So inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And make your way back to Malasana. Now take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring your hands behind your hips. Then just gently lower your hips on the mat. Toe, heel the feet, about hip width apart. Bring both hands behind the hips. Regular reverse tabletop now. So inhale, press your feet into the mat, lift the hips. Opening the front of the chest, opening the quads, gazing up at the ceiling. Now stay here, or inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, see if you can tap your left toes to your right hand. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, left toes to other hand. So we're going to practice a few more. Inhale. Exhale, right fingers to left toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left fingers to right toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right fingers to left toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left fingers to left toes. Try a few more rounds like this. So you're just alternating sides, just tapping the toes with your fingertips, working the core. Try to keep the hips high, moving with your breath. Then when you're ready, plant your feet, plant your hands. Inhale, lift the hips higher. Then exhale, gently swing your hips between your hands. Keep the hips floating for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down. Inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, lengthen more through the spine. Exhale, bow deeper. Inhale, lengthen more through the spine. Exhale, bow deeper. Inhale, find more extension. Exhale, find more depth. Inhale, lift the head over heart, heart over hips. Draw your right knee to your chest. Then exhale, cross your right foot over the left thigh. Flexing the left foot. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, twist to the right. So plant your right palm behind you. Hook your left elbow on the outer right thigh. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. One more. Inhale, lift up taller. And then exhale, twist. Inhale, release that, and exhale, switch sides. Left knee to chest. Cross your left foot over the right thigh, flexing the right foot. Inhale, lift up tall, and exhale, twist to the left. So press your left fingers behind you. Right hand on the outer left thigh. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. One more. Inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, twist. Inhale, release that. Reach your hands forward. And exhale slowly with control. Curl the spine all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Then slide your heels to your hips. Plant your palms on either side of your hips. We're going to transition to one more back bend, bridge pose. So before we do, maybe take a moment for this one. Think about any specific qualities you want to invite into your heart space. Maybe qualities such as patience, forgiveness, compassion, gratitude, mindfulness, love, for others, for yourself. Then when you're ready, inhale, press the feet into the mat, tuck in the tailbone, and lift the hips until you feel an opening in the front of the chest. Option to interlace your fingers behind you, tucking the shoulders under the shoulder blades. Option to lift up the heels. Head straight, chin lifted, eyes on the ceiling, or eyes closed. And as you breathe into this heart opening pose, perhaps think of inviting those specific qualities into the heart. For others, for yourself. Deep breaths in Long breaths out. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. And exhale, slowly lower the hips down. Inhale, draw your knees to your chest. And then exhale, knees to the right, gaze to the left for a twist. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right, twist the other way. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, knees to chest. And exhale, grab the outer edges of the feet, happy baby. Just stretching the legs, stretching the hips. Maybe gently rock a little side to side. Maybe play with straightening a leg, straightening the other, or straighten both. Take the next few breaths to tune into your body. Any stretches, any movements that your body's telling you it needs. Honor that for the next few breaths. Whenever you feel ready, I invite you to bring the soles of your feet together and then lower your feet beneath your hips, widen the knees. Grab the inner arches of the elbows up overhead, opening the shoulders and chest. Close the eyes. Deep breath in. Longer breath out. With the eyes closed now, allow your breath to grow longer and deeper. Allow your breath to self-soothe and self-heal. Send yourself gratitude for your practice, for showing up, working hard, maybe trying something new, maybe pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, prioritizing self-care and growth for your sake, for others. And maybe bring your awareness back to your intention, your affirmation. I live for the small moments, those increments of time where life reminds me how good it is to be alive, to breathe, to watch the sun spill onto the sidewalk as though she is telling me to keep moving, to count my blessings, not by the number of people who have loved me, but rather by how great a love one single soul can give me. I am rich in knowing that growth is painful, that pain is essential, that time is of the essence, and that somehow beauty is found right there in the midst of it all. Whenever you feel ready, gently extend your legs long. Allow the toes to rotate outward. Allow the hands to rest on either side of the hips. Open the palms, close the eyes. Completely surrender to gravity and Shavasana. I'll be silent for the next minute as we allow the body and the mind to absorb, integrate, and heal from the practice. welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like to, when it feels right for you. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath and back to your body. Maybe gently circle your wrists, circle your ankles, maybe rock your head. Just inviting gentle movement that feels good back into the body. If it feels good, on an inhale, do a full body stretch. And as you exhale, gently roll to one side of your body, then keeping your eyes closed and your awareness inward, take your time as you gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Noticing the quality of your breath as you gently come to a seat. Notice if your breath feels different from when we started. Notice if your body feels different. Then take a moment, observe any subtle shifts in your mood, your mind, your energy. Perhaps reflect on your intention you set at the beginning of class. I'll do 3 cleansing breaths. The third time I'll chant Om to seal our practice with peace. I hope you join. Deep inhale, fill up the belly, the ribs, the chest. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, fill up all the way. Nice long cleansing exhale. Inhale for Om. Bring your hands to your heart. And if you'd like to join me for a final moment of gratitude, just think of one thing in your life you feel grateful for today. Allow this grateful feeling to grow, wash over you, and may this grateful feeling carry with you. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you feel challenged, worked out, stretched out, calm, and centered. Please let me know if you have any additional questions, concerns, or any specific requests for next time. But otherwise, go in peace and take care. Thanks for joining, Samira.
Recordings.
All right, hello, Hell Gamer, and hi, Dante. I hope you have some cool trolls today. Thank you. Yeah, if there's trolls out there, hopefully they're funny, respectful trolls, not vulgar, strange trolls. Thanks, Dante. Hello, gamer. Hell Gamer 95. Question. Can you please explain to me how to deflate the exercise ball? So I do not have an exercise ball. All the classes I'm teaching on Twitch, I want them to be accessible to as many people as possible. And I understand not everyone is going to have props like that. So I don't teach anything with an exercise ball on Twitch. I teach things with an exercise ball when I'm working with private clients one-on-one. When I can see my students and see their form for safety, but I don't do that through Twitch. But everybody who is watching, if you have any questions about the sequence that we did today, if you want any additional instruction. I know all those elbow, knee to elbow exercises were probably pretty challenging. And if you notice, they were challenging for me too. But they're really good for building core strength and strength in the whole body. So that's the thing about a yoga practice or any fitness class. If it wasn't challenging, there would be no growth. So it's important to be challenged and push yourself out of your comfort zone. But please let me know if you have any additional questions. Hell Gamer, I am doing okay today. Thank you for asking. Thanks for following Dank Surgent and Blood Blade. Sounds like you guys are all gamers. Those sound like gaming names. PD says, such a terrific class as always. I had a lot of fun with the goddess work. Oh, good. I want to include those back bending exercises, the 3-legged tabletops, the one arm with one arm up through the reverse tabletops. That's a great way to work in some back bending, but also a little cardio and strength as well. So I hope the 3-legged reverse tabletops were enjoyable for you. And I always like to fit one of my favorite back bends is bridge pose to finish with. I don't really teach through Twitch, again, like a full wheel pose, just because I wouldn't want anyone at home to try it who's new to the practice. I always try to be mindful that when I'm teaching through Twitch, I can't actually see students. So if I could see my students, I would teach a full wheel back bend. But since it's through Twitch, I'm probably just going to stick with bridge poses and reverse tabletops and camel and things like that. But anytime you're doing an up dog, that's a back bend. But I'm glad you enjoyed the goddess work. Yeah, the goddess pose, it's one of my favorite poses. Goddess pose can feel really empowering. It's good for strengthening the whole body. And doing the torso circles in goddess pose, it's a core and balance challenge. So hopefully you didn't get too dizzy. Yes, I love that wild thing, like ending after the raise up. Yeah, it's very much like a wild thing. I call it a 3-legged reverse tabletop, but it's also very much like a wild thing. You're right, yeah. Thank you for the feedback, PD. So now I'm transitioning to more of an interactive portion of my stream where I'd be happy to, now that the full hour class is over, I'm just here to chat and be more interactive with you guys. So if you want any additional instruction, any additional guidance or support, or if you want to pick my brain about health and nutrition, I'm a certified nutrition specialist and health coach. So please feel free to ask me anything. Mopar, are you still there? How are you feeling, Mo? And thanks for saying hi, Dante. Kim is smart, we recommend. Thank you, Dante. Let me know, anybody who is following along with the yoga sequence, let me know how you're feeling, how that practice felt for you. Any additional questions you have. Okay, so I started doing this new thing and transition from up dog to down dog. I've been really pushing off the tops of my feet and bending my knees and rounding my lower back as I raise up. Yeah, that's great. No, I've seen a lot of yoga practitioners do that technique. It's a good way to just get a little extra core work in, but also it can feel really good. The rounding of the lower back, you're releasing that tension in the lower back. It can feel really good. So if that's what feels good in your body, by all means do that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of yoga practitioners do that. It's kind of like you're doing a body wave, right? And the waving of the spine, the waving of the body can feel really good. So that's good for you. I can do reverse tabletop, but three-legged is hard. Yeah, three-legged should feel hard. It's hard for everyone. So if the three-legged is too much, remember, just pressing your hands down. So say like we started from a malasana, right? And then I encourage you to bring one hand down, right? And one hand up. So if you can't lift the hips, remember, just making the effort is just as good as actually getting there. So just making the effort is going to build strength, and over time you can get there. But remember, just pushing down and activating those muscles is really good. Yeah, like a body wave. Absolutely, yeah. Body waving, it feels so good in the body, and it's really good for you. Moon and warrior pose was really nice. Also loving the goddess variation. And also transitioning from warrior 2 to half moon, that's more of an advanced practice too. It takes a lot of balance, a lot of core strength. So if you were able to transition from half moon to warrior 2, good for you, because that's not an easy practice. I'm glad you enjoyed that, PD. It's really good for strengthening the obliques, the sides of the body. But yeah, and remember, when you're doing those transitions from warrior 2 to half moon, it helps to have an eye line, right? That drishti, that still point to focus your eyes on. Anytime you're practicing balance moves, focusing your eyes, you pick the points, right? In warrior 2, the correct drishti is the front fingertips. So anytime you come to warrior 2, you focus your eyes on the front fingertips. In half moon, you have the choice of focusing your eyes down on the bottom fingertips or up on the top fingertips. So it's really up to you. But as long as you're focusing your eyes, that's what helps your balance. Does that make sense? I tend to, if you notice, I tend to keep my eyes down just because it's easier for me to balance that way since I'm teaching the class. When I'm doing my own practice, I look upward because that's more challenging. But notice how warrior 2, you start looking at your left fingertips, and if you keep your eyes, as I wobble, if you keep your eyes on your left fingertips. That'll help you stay balanced, engaging the core, really pressing the top leg back like you're pressing into a wall. So keep your eyes on the fingertips the whole time and the core engaged. And make sure that left foot, that front foot, always stays in line with the mat, because you don't want to tweak your knee. So Nightbot just shared my private health coaching website. So I think somebody was asking earlier about doing work with the ball. So if you're interested in those types of things, you might be interested in one-on-one private coaching. So feel free to click on my website and you can see all my offerings online. So whenever I teach students that aren't in Atlanta, we use Zoom or another virtual option, so I can monitor your form. So it's important I can see you as a student when we're doing one-on-one, and I can customize a sequence based on your individual needs, because everyone has different needs and goals with yoga. You know, some people just want stress relief, and that's fine. So you might not want an active practice like we did today, and that's okay. So if you're interested, just click on that website and it explains all of my offerings. Eagle pose feels very self-lovey. Yes, when you're giving yourself a hug. That's why I like to call it giving yourself a hug first, and then you can transition to eagle pose if you want to. But just giving yourself a nice big hug, it's a great way of releasing tension in the upper back, and opening the upper back. After doing a bunch of planks and chaturangas, to really stretch the muscles in the upper back is important. It can feel really good. Also, Nightbot just shared my donation link. So if you enjoyed the class today, any donation is appreciative. Even if it's just $1, that's fine. Whatever you can afford is appreciative. Just click on that link to support my work. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, eagle pose should feel self-lovey. You should feel like you're giving yourself a hug. Because it's important, like, to remind ourselves we can't always be the best version of ourselves for others if we don't prioritize self-care first. You can't give from an empty cup. So you have to fill up your own cup and practice self-care in order to be of service to others. So that's what that self-hug should remind you of. I was able to do the eagle arms even deeper today. And then other times when I do the full eagle pose with the legs too, it feels very secure. Oh, that's great. That's great to know. So progress. It's always exciting when you feel yourself doing a pose and it feels like completely different than it felt before, or you feel like you can go deeper and explore new territory. That's always exciting. That's good to know. Great feedback. I liked on goddess pose when pressing elbows together. It felt good on my shoulders. Yeah, goddess pose, you mean when the hands are behind the back and you're pressing your elbows back? Is that what you mean? That's great for opening the front of the shoulders and opening the front of the chest. Thanks for the feedback, Mopar and PD. Figured I'm just going to call you PD just so any new people watching don't get confused if I'm calling you Peether. PD Ether. I'm glad you enjoyed that part, Mopar. If you do eagle pose and you fall on your back, you do chiropractic spinal self-adjustment. No, Dante. You never... I think Dante's being a funny troll. No, you're not going to give yourself a self-spinal adjustment by doing that. If you feel like you're going to fall in eagle pose, it's best just to unwind your legs and fall as safely as you can. But it's good to have pillows. You know, if you... people tend to catch themselves pretty easily. If they feel wobbly in eagle pose, just plant your feet. Yes, Dante, maybe send us the studies on this research. I would not recommend trying to give yourself a spinal adjustment by falling on your back. Would not recommend that. Anybody here like essential oils? I have lavender today. Lavender is really good for calming the nervous system. I got the Simpson flashback on the episode with Homer and Spine. Simpsons are funny. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend learning yoga from watching The Simpsons, but definitely an entertaining show. I like that we talked about pressing all the way forward in up dog now. I'm not so concerned about my feet positioning because now I don't feel that being so far forward is an issue. No, it's never an issue. Yeah, I'm using this lavender brand by Cliganic. It's called Cliganic. It's organic. When you get essential oils, I know it's good to get seed to seal essential oils so you're getting the purest form. Therapeutic grade is the best. I know Young Living has a pretty good brand, and also doTERRA because they're therapeutic grade. I've been on that peppermint life recently. You mean using yeah. I love using peppermint essential oils. Peppermint is sort of like an odor neutralizer too, and it's refreshing. Peppermint's supposed to be good for your digestion, so they say if you put peppermint essential oil on your belly, if you have a tummy ache or digestive issue, and you just kind of rub your stomach with the peppermint oil, it can be helpful. Peppermint oil can help with nausea, all kinds of things, headaches. Lavender is great for insect repelled like horseflies and mosquitoes. Yeah, I know that peppermint and eucalyptus can repel mosquitoes. So if you do gardening or you're outdoors and you're just trying to have like more of a healthy, because a lot of the mosquito blockers, those repellents, they can have a lot of chemicals in them that aren't really good for you. But if you're using peppermint oil or eucalyptus instead, that's a healthier way of repelling mosquitoes. Um, yeah, they don't tend to like peppermint. Any plans for the weekend? So this weekend I will be working. I got hired to play the role of um, the Star Wars character Rey. I'll be playing Rey at a children's birthday party. So as Rey, I'll just be like performing her character, playing some games, and then I'll be also performing as Isabella at another kid's birthday party. So I'll be playing those characters at the birthday parties this weekend. And then hopefully Saturday night I'll have some leisure time if I don't get slammed with auditions. Yeah, I'll be dressed up as Rey and entertaining kids with someone who's going to be a Jedi Knight. So we'll be playing fun games with the kids and just making kids smile on the birthday. It's the child is turning 6, so it'll be like a big group of 6-year-olds. We'll be doing it at a park. Yeah, often on the weekends I'll end up working those types of jobs. I'm sure there'll be a bouncy castle. Would not surprise me. What are y'all doing this weekend? Any plans? My relationship with an enjoyment of sun salutations grows deeper the more I do it. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, me too. The more I practice sun salutations, the more I enjoy them, because once you've gotten the technique and the form down, and you can just concentrate on enjoying the sensory experience of the sun salutation, even with your eyes closed. If you're just focusing on enjoying the feeling of moving and breathing and your body feeling alive, just enjoying the experience, that is when your yoga practice is really, really nice. So that's great to hear, Petey. That makes me happy. Bouncy castle. Yeah. I got to jump on a bouncy castle recently at one of the kids' parties I worked on. We played freeze dance on the bouncy castle. So that was fun. I'm also excited. I almost forgot, this Friday night. I am taking a heels class. So one of the studios where I teach yoga is a dance studio. So I get to jump in some of the dance classes. So I'll be taking a heels class on Friday. So I'm excited about that one. You know those ball pits? I heard about and reflected on how filthy those things are, and I can never look at them. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I worked a princess party recently where they had a big ball pit, and we were playing Princess Says, which is sort of like Simon Says, um, and we were saying, for instance, I was Princess Belle, so I was like, Princess Belle says, touch your hand, or Princess Belle says, touch your nose, hands on hips. And then if they mess up and I say, oh, Princess Belle didn't say it, they have to jump in the ball pit. But I was thinking the same thing, like, how often do they sanitize those balls? Like, this was like a huge, huge event, so I'm hoping the balls were sanitized because otherwise it's kind of icky if you think about it. When is your next acting gig? Well, technically I'm doing acting this weekend. I'm performing at kids' birthday parties, acting as the character of Ray and Isabella. So that's technically acting, but as far as like making a movie or making a commercial, I don't know. I have to tape 2 auditions today. And I'm teaching an acting class. I'm excited to teach an acting class. In just a little while, I'll be heading to this awesome place. Serge, you were there when me and my friend, it's Russ, did a piano lesson. It's his studio. He owns this really cool studio called Galaxy Music and Arts, where he teaches kids music. And I work there too. I teach kids intro to music and yoga there. I'm teaching a private acting lesson with one of the kids there later today. So I'll be doing a little acting that. And then, so I think I mentioned I co-produced, co-wrote, and acted in a movie called Twin Flame Hotel. And that is in post-production right now. So until that is all edited together and finished, I'm not going to be producing a lot of films until that one's done first. But I'm really excited. So if you guys want to follow Twin Flame Hotel, you can see my progress there. It's a movie about relationships and love and heartache, and it has some spiritual elements as well. It's about science and spirituality. It's about a lot of things, quantum mechanics. So if you want to check it out, it's Twin Flame Hotel. Yep, Twin Flame Hotel on the Instagram. So I'll be sharing like the updates about that movie on there. Have you met your twin flame in this life? So, possibly. It's quite possible I have. You know, it's hard to tell. I do like the idea of a twin flame. And, you know, that's sort of what the movie suggests about these people meeting and learning things from each other. But yeah, the Instagram is actually this. I'll type the link if you're curious to follow it. It's twin underscore flame underscore hotel. Twin underscore flame underscore hotel. That is our Instagram. So yeah, please follow it if you want to see our progress. I'll be posting some stills on there, still shots from the movie, and hopefully some inspiring quotes and things like that. Oh, have you gone to see the Elvis Presley movie? You know, one of my students, one of my Kaiser Permanente students yesterday was talking about the Elvis Presley movie and how much they enjoyed it. So I heard it got some good reviews too, so I may try to check it out at some point. I don't know, when I was watching it, I started thinking I wonder if they're going to make Elvis, like, glorify him in a way to make him seem less flawed. Because everything I read was that, as he grew famous, he wasn't very good person anymore. He abused his wife. And after he became addicted to drugs, he became kind of abusive. So I don't know how far they're going to accurately portray that or not, but I'm still curious to see it. So if you see it, let me know what you think of it. I did hear it got good reviews. So anyone else watching have seen the Elvis Presley movie? My student just loved it. She thought it was really great. I just personally feel like when I'm watching movies like that, and if they're portraying the person in a way as if they are flawless, or if they're a much better, kind-hearted person than they really are, that's when I'm like, But again, I mean, I didn't know Elvis. Who knows what he was really like? Who knows what to believe? All we can know is what the papers say, what the papers, what sources say, and who knows what sources to trust, right? But let me know what you think about it if you see the movie. Oh, hi, my Neuro One. How are you? Hello. How are you today? Manura One says, I'm fine. I am after dentist. You just went to the dentist? Do you feel better? I always feel better after going to the dentist. Usually I feel great. Did you have dental work? Are you on drugs? Are you numbed up? Surgasuna, let me know what you think about that movie after you see it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ultra clean after dentist. I think you would be perfect for a Hallmark movie. I have had some auditions for Hallmark movies. Hi, 360 No Scope. What yoga are you doing? So the yoga portion of my stream is the full hour class is over. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I teach a dynamic Vinyasa yoga sequence. So it's more of an active sequence with lots of options for various levels. So if you want to tune in next Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Atlanta, Georgia time, I'll be back teaching an hour-long class, followed by just chatting to answer any additional questions you have about yoga, health, and wellness. Have you tickled the ivories since the past scream? Tickled the ivories since the last stream. Tickled the ivories. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting what that means. Oh, the dentist dismantled you. Oh no. Yep, thank you, Mopar. Hybrid yoga with options. That's a good way of putting it. Oh, playing piano. I was like, tickle the ivories. What does that mean? Playing the piano. That makes sense. Oh. Forgive me. I haven't eaten anything yet today. My brain is like, I need food to function. No, we haven't. I just haven't had time. Anytime I'll set aside time to work on piano, I get a bunch of auditions I have to tape, or one of my clients needs something, or I just haven't anytime I've set aside time to do it, it doesn't work out. But hopefully again soon. I would like to. Maybe I'll have time this weekend. I scheduled leisure time on Saturday. So if that pans out, maybe that'll happen. That's a funny way of putting it. Tickle the ivories. I'm going to say that next time. I'm going to see Russ today. I'm going to be like, when are you going to teach me how to tickle the ivories again? I'm going to ask him about it today. So Nightbot just shared my donation link again. So remember, if you enjoyed the hour class, and you want to support my work, please click on the donation link. And even if you can only afford $1, every little bit counts. So whatever you can afford, I appreciate. You can just click on my donation link. What kind of food are you in the mood for? Oh, right now, I would love some salmon or grilled chicken with a bunch of produce. I should tell you guys. So one of my friends is a certified permaculturist. And up in Dillard, he's been growing a lot of healthy organic produce. I'm actually starting to grow my own too, here in Atlanta. But while mine's growing, I just bought a bunch of organic produce from my friend's farm. So I'm gonna share with you that website because I highly recommend it. So if anyone is interested in and you would have to be living in Atlanta, though. I don't think they can travel out too much farther than Atlanta. So if anyone in Atlanta watching is interested in checking out my friend's website and purchasing some healthy, organic, nutrient-dense food, just type a message, say me, and then I'll send you the website. Damn, your bio says you're like 5 different occupations. How do you have time to do so many things? So time management is a skill that I continue to work on. I just, I plan ahead. I divide my time up between, I use a calendar, and I just schedule all my classes at certain times. I schedule time to tape auditions. I schedule time to work on films. I just schedule it all out in a calendar with reminders. And that's how I keep track of everything. Yeah, some healthy produce that does sound good. So Nightbot just shared the Discord. So those of you who want to chat outside of Twitch, we have a lovely little chat. Click on the Discord link. Sometimes we'll share resources and just fun stuff on there. So feel free to join the Discord. Do you like seafood? Yes. Yes. So I try not to eat bottom feeders like shrimp, crab, clams. Bottom feeders aren't as nutritious. So I try to eat wild caught Atlantic salmon, things like that, not the bottom feeders. So I'll eat cod and salmon, mostly salmon. Salmon is my favorite type of fish. What is your favorite type of fish? Salmon's really good because it's got omegas. Salmon is my favorite food. I know, right? Salmon is really good for your brain, especially if it's wild caught. You don't want to get often farm raised means that salmon's been swimming around in their own feces. So I wouldn't recommend a package that's labeled farm raised. Wild caught is always better. And then Atlantic salmon is usually a good way to go. Same. I could eat salmon 24/7. I agree with you. I think the reason why we enjoy the taste is because it's got all those essential fatty acids, those omegas that make us feel like calm and relaxed, but omegas are really important for your cells because a lot of products, a lot of like processed food, what companies do is remove the essential fatty acids to lengthen the shelf life. But without essential fatty acids, our cell walls become hardened and nutrients can't actually be absorbed. So that's why it's really important to consume omegas. I also take a cod liver oil supplement in addition to eating salmon, but agreed. Salmon is like my favorite. I'm right with you there. How do you like to prepare your salmon, Petey? How do you like to prepare it? Fish sticks? So the thing about fish sticks, those tend to be kind of fried, and I think we should all avoid fried food in general. But grilled salmon, I like salmon grilled or smoked. I really like the smoky flavor of anything. No. Fried chicken is not good for you. Anything fried really isn't good for you. Okay, my favorite is to get the whole fresh fish and slice off the head and bake the head and eat the head meat, especially the brain and around the eyes. Oh my gosh, I know a little weird and intense, but it's the best part. Hey, whatever you enjoy. The body, I like to grill. I am with you there. Yeah, I love to grill and smoke. French fries. So instead of French fries are not good for you, but if you have sweet potato fries, if you're gonna fry food, use avocado oil at least instead of some of those other oils out there. Avocado oil is the best to fry stuff if you're gonna have to fry it. And sweet potatoes are probably the healthiest potatoes. Just FYI. But yes, I'm with you, PD. I could probably eat salmon every day. It's my favorite. Grapeseed oil is not that bad either. Grapeseed oil is not that bad. Fish sticks with mystery meat and French fries in 6 months. Old canola oil. Yeah, I would avoid canola oil and the mystery meat. You never want anything that says mystery meat. Oh my goodness, no. 6-month-old canola oil. Yeah. Sounds pretty unhealthy, PD. Oven baked homemade sweet potato fries are good. I agree, Mopar. And I mean, baking them is a lot healthier than frying them. So even though they're called sweet potato fries, baking them is always healthier than frying. So I just have a few minutes left before I have to get ready for work and review my lesson plans. Air fryer is another option. Yeah, air frying. Yeah. If anyone has any final requests, questions, anything like that, I have a few minutes left. So let me know. And any particular suggestions about who to raid? I'd be happy to raid one of your friends that's putting out good content out there. Yeah, an air fryer is a lesser of the evil options. I agree, Petey. Petey is smart. She knows her stuff. I just realized, I assume Petey is female. Yes? I assume Petey Ether is female. I just assumed you were. But did we ever talk about that? If you're female or male? I was just thinking, I'm like, Petey knows her stuff. But yes, you must be female. Yes? Forgive me if I'm wrong. What is your favorite food besides salmon? I just like eating anything that's healthy, really. Like, I don't really eat food for taste, because I don't look at food as like an experience to please myself. I'm not trying to get pleasure. I'm just trying to nourish my cells, nourish my organs so I can function my best in this world, be the best version of myself, perform well at my jobs, and enjoy life. So I look at food as medicine and nourishment. I don't look at food as, what's going to taste good? What's going to be temporarily pleasing? So my favorite food, to answer your question, is just healthy food. Yeah, I like poke bowls. Poke bowls can be healthy. For Kim, food is fuel to the body. Yeah, and food is more than just fuel. Food, like we literally are what we eat. So the food we eat is what transforms into our red blood cells, is what our bones are made out of. It's what our brains are made out of. So that's why it's so important to be conscious of what we're putting into our mouths and digesting. It's what forms our cells. It's what keeps us alive. It's not just fuel, it's nourishment, it's medicine. If you treat it the right way. Yeah. Well, that's society conditioning you to just do something for pleasure. There's plenty of other ways you can feel pleasure in life other than tickling your taste buds. But a lot of unhappiness comes from sacrificing temporary pleasure versus long-term happiness. So whenever I think about my food choices, I think about what is going to nourish my cells and nourish my body long term. Because if I'm sacrificing, well, this is going to be temporary pleasing, but it's going to be harmful long term. That's where a lot of happiness comes from, is sacrificing momentary gratification versus long term health and long term happiness. So when we become more conscious and more mindful about our behaviors and our habits, that's when we can learn to make mindful choices that align with our long-term goals and our long-term happiness. Nice take on food. Well, thank you, Mopar. Did you ever go through a period of cleaning up your diet, or have you always eaten quite well? So I grew up as a dancer. I started taking dance classes when I was 3 years old. So I was actually interested in diet and fitness at a really, really young age, just so I could be a good dancer. So I've always tried to be as healthy as I can, but when I was younger, I wasn't nearly as educated on certain things, and also remember when low fat was like a big thing? Like, low fat means healthy. Low fat doesn't necessarily mean healthy. And I didn't really take sugar into consideration. So when I was a teenager, I was still learning a lot. So I definitely didn't make the best choices, but I didn't know any better. So now that I know better, after I got my nutrition certification, my health coach certification, I learned a lot. So, and there's always new studies and new research coming out about how much we know about food and what really is healthy. So it's always, I always try to stay up to date on those things. Didn't your Gen X parent raise you on sugar and processed food? Yeah. Growing up as a kid, I probably ate too much processed food, but I know better now. Yes, Surgasuna, food can be good for you and taste good at the same time. That's very true. So one of the things I like to do on my YouTube channel is share healthy recipes that do taste good. So if you go to Yoga Flow with Kim on YouTube, you'll find a handful of recipes that actually taste good. Low fat equals plenty of stir or artificial ingredients. Right. Yeah. Just click on my YouTube. And again, Nightbot just shared my private health coaching and yoga website. So if you want to click on there, there's a lot of offerings listed on there. I do private health coaching one-on-one and group classes. So if you're interested in my offerings, just click that. Yeah, that's a lot of us eat for pleasure and are sugar addicted. Yeah, sugar is one of the most highly addictive things. there are organisms in the body that literally feed off sugar, like yeast. So that's why we can easily become addicted to sugar. Kiki22E, I'm not really sure. Best study I remember was Swedish study about potatoes. If you eat over a pound of potatoes a day, it will increase your cancer risk. Yeah, that's the thing. And not all potatoes are created equal. Sweet potatoes and red potatoes are the healthiest kind, even purple potatoes. White potatoes, and depends on how they're prepared too. If they're fried, that's not good. Baked potatoes aren't bad for you, but it's how they're prepared that could also make a big difference. So it looks like hi Kiki EE. Did you just share a link of some sort? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to click on it. I'm not going to click on a random link. Thank you, Mopar. I've heard potatoes and other nightshades are potentially poisonous. Yep. I don't know about this thought because I feel great when I eat tomatoes, which is another nightshade. Yeah, again, like everybody's different. So you need to, it's important to just tune into your body. And when you're very in tune with your body, you can sense and you can feel what is nourishing and what is not. So if you eat tomatoes and you feel good, probably means that you're okay eating tomatoes. If someone else eats tomatoes, they don't feel good, they break out, they feel indigestion, low energy. If you break out after eating food, that's usually a sign that it's not good for you. If you have low energy, if you eat food and your energy level drops, that means you probably ate something that wasn't that good for you, or you're bloated, or that's usually a sign something isn't working well for you. But everyone's different, so I wouldn't rule out all nightshades for all people. But again, it can be tough because unless you're eating raw tomatoes, depending on what else is on the tomatoes, you could be reacting to something else, some of the other like sauces or spices or whatever else was on the tomatoes, and how the tomatoes were prepared. If they're raw or if they're cooked, right? That can make a difference too. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. How about some chicken lo mein? Well, thank you for offering, but no thank you. But I have heard that nightshades, if you have some sort of digestive issue, or if you're just trying to get rid of candida or certain things, eliminating nightshades is not a bad idea. I like those big steak tomatoes, yeah. Tomatoes can be a really good source of lycopene. Tomatoes are one of the few raw produce out there that you can actually get more from cooking. It's easier to absorb the lycopene when the tomatoes are actually cooked or steamed versus raw. Because a lot of other produce, when you cook or steam or bake, you're losing a lot of the nutrients. So most produce is better for you raw. There are exceptions though, like tomatoes. All right, guys, that's about all the time I have today. But thank you to everyone for the good conversation. Hope you enjoyed the yoga class. Again, if you want to donate to support my work, just click on that donation link. And even if you can only afford $1, any donation is very much appreciated. A wonton soup bad for you, or is it okay? It depends on what all that's in it. I'm guessing it has a lot of sodium, and you never want to have too much sodium. It can make you bloated. But it depends on, not all wonton soup has the exact same ingredients. So generally speaking, you want to avoid anything with high sugar content and high sodium content. You're welcome, Mopar. Thank you for joining. I'm always happy to see you, Mopar and Petey and Dante. So I am going to raid Tomination Time. So Tomination Time is great. He does a lot of fitness and health stuff. So, oh, you're welcome, Surgasuna. Thank you, Petey. But don't go away because we're going to raid. I have to look over my lesson plans and get ready for my work. And I will be back next week, Tuesday and Thursday, for more yoga and chatting. In the meantime, feel free to shout me on Discord. Shout at me. Don't shout. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope to see you guys soon next week.